Good morning, my YouTube friends. It is Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, yeah, I didn't do a video yesterday, and I think I might have done one Saturday morning, but here's the deal. I was about to come out and go, wow, guys, I got 50 subs. And I come and look, and either that person unsubbed or somebody unsubbed. And the thing is, if you're looking for me to do videos like I used to do, where I did these every single day, 2, 3 times a day, that's probably not going to happen. My life is way different 8 years down the line. I have a lot more things that are pending and I got to do right now. So I don't have all that time in the world to do things. Have a cup of coffee. Coffee talk. So anyway, as we near this presidential election, which is going to be in another couple months, here's the funny thing. It's not even a couple months. It's only like 5, 6 weeks. So one of the things is they're scrambling for a new Supreme Court justice. Now, when I post anything on Facebook politically, most of it's just joking, okay? A lot of people don't get it. My thing is I support neither side. That's just how it is. I registered to vote after many years because I thought a certain person would run. They didn't run. It would have been your first female president. And you would have probably been happy with the choice. But unfortunately, this person is too wrapped up in other things and doesn't want that to be. Now, maybe the next time they might run. Maybe. But that was why I decided I was going to vote. Like I said, all politicians to me are crooked. I don't care who they are. That's just me, okay? So that I'm keeping off of here because I don't want to bring politics to YouTube because like I said, I have an Instagram account, which is all about working out. That's all that's really for. Spartan racing, working out, things like that. I got that on Instagram. On Facebook, all I do over there is just post pretty much everything. I share anything pretty much, and it doesn't mean I really agree with it. I just share what my friends post so people can discern what the post is. So when I post a joke about Ocasio-Cortez being Supreme Court Justice, it's just a joke. It's not a dig at her. It's not whatever. It's just supposed to be kind of funny, and some people don't get it. So with that, let's get back to the real means of this channel. And the real means of this channel is this. I happened to think about this a little bit earlier, and I thought about it. You know how a lot of old style like Western preachers and stuff like that would run around and go, oh, your Redeemer draws nigh. Well, this is your Redeemer. This earth is set up to be a really great place. But the people that live on it can't make that be. Everybody covets something of what someone else has. Oh, you've got these black glasses. Well, I like them better. I like those. And even though I couldn't see out of them, I got to have them. So they take them. That is the lesson that a lot of people haven't learned down here. Okay? The lesson to learn down here is to get along. And if you worship a rock, and I worship a remote, that's our choice. But to tell me that I can no worship the rock, and I must worship the remote, well then, that's a no. I'm not have to be forced to like that. I see a lot of things coming in, trying to take all this major Western religion away and make it one. And I look at these other religions and I think, wow, why would you want to be a slave? You sit there and talk about slavery. And then again, no. So here's another thing that I'm going to come out and tell you, since I'm not voting at all. That's how it's going to be. What has gone on with all this other stuff right now is that what has it got, people? Not me, but the majority of a lot. I read this in a local Facebook post. The person said that anybody who owned a Harley and was white and listened to country music was a member of the KKK. Okay, well, you need to go back to school and realize that the KKK was founded by Democrats. Don't sit there and oh, no, it isn't. Go check it out and Google it. It will tell you who founded the KKK. The Democratic Party did. There you go. But all this, take this down, rename this, oh, this hurts, oh, butt hurt me, oh. That's not the freedom of this country. The freedom of this country is to believe in anything. And if I really like this rock over that remote, then I should be able to do so, as long as it doesn't hurt you. So, anyway, it brought me back to that point where the guy said, your Redeemer draws nigh. Well, about every 3,600 to 4,000 years, your Redeemer draws nigh. And for all the people that covet all this shit and want to be bad and do things that end up putting them in jail and keep on hurting other people and this or that, if you're alive to see it on this earth, one day your Redeemer will draw nigh. And the whole, not everybody, because some people stay, but the majority will go away and it'll start all over again. To a White Lion song, When the Children Cry. They have to rebuild it again and do it all over. And like my mother used to say, anything under the sun can and will be made, and even if it hasn't, it will be. If your mind can think it, it can happen. So thus, the Matrix, positive thinking, The Secret, that's what The Secret is. The secret is that down here, if you want something that's not going to hurt somebody, and you want it bad enough, if you think about it, you might get it. Now, just because you want $100 million doesn't mean you're going to get $100 million. But you might get enough to help you do something. So with that, that's a little bit on that end. But anyway, once again, as I said, and hey, if anybody from that group comes along and catches me here, fine, because this is where I stand. Do I believe everything on this group I'm in that's posted? No. Is some of it good? Yes. But I'm not going to say your side of whatever it is wrong, as long as it's put out there in a nice way. I've had to reject a lot of posts being an admin that I knew the group would want, that I thought were actually kind of okay. Now, do I want to watch some phony baloney YouTube UFO video where you can see totally it's fake? No. Do I want to see, somebody talk about their Patreon account? No. Do I want to see two suns like this? No. Number one. Again, Nibiru. Now, this is like the wormwood rock, different. The tail that whips something in. And this is every time. So it's always collecting dust and debris every 4,000 years, and then that dust and debris gets thrown down here, and the things happen the way they do. So, this rock is kind of wormwood. So, like they say, okay, in that movie Book of Eli, the guy, what did he want? He wanted the Bible. Why? Because a lot of people were gone. With that Bible, he could rule his little community. That's why he wanted it. And the guy was smart, and he gave him a Braille Bible. And he remembered the rest of it in his head. But the Redeemer is not a person. Your Redeemer is this. If it goes into the ocean at a big rate of speed, and it's big enough, it'd be like a nuclear explosion. A lot of people don't believe in Nibiru. Well, the Hopi Indians did. So, and I've studied enough through Sitchin and through other books and books my grandmother had to understand that a lot of this stuff is real. A lot of people say, oh, those Nibiru guys, no, they're wrong. Well, here's another thing that I'm going to tell you guys that I want to go into. A guy who followed me here a long time ago, I don't even remember his name. He was like a professor and an astronomer. And around that special date of December 25th, 21st, whatever, 12, or whatever it was, 2012, they spotted a star system. And they called it Tau Ceti. and cetacean. You know, where do cetaceans live? Like a crab. Where do they live? In water. So basically, they showed this, and he put it up here. I don't think the video's up here anymore. I tried to find it, and I couldn't. And they discovered it that day. And that meant they found this galaxy. Now, every time they come out and tell you these new stories about this or any supposed planet they find, more than likely, they're probably telling you about it. They might rename it. They might put it somewhere else. They might say, now they found this white dwarf star that resembles Jupiter with its little star that goes around it. Huh. But coming out with it now. Now here's another thing. On the fires. They're coming out now, and they don't even know if the lightning caused those fires because they've already found out that a lot of these fires were set by arsonists. So now they're saying the smoke's all over the world and you can't see the sky. Wow. Now here's another thing. Before we go away from that. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably don't like Alex Jones. You probably think he's a nut, all this thing and everything else. I do believe that Alex Jones probably is that comedian Bill Hicks. What's his name? The guy from fucking The Blaze, you know, that guy. He was on a radio network called Genesis with Alex Jones. He did an exposing video of him and said he was this ex-comedian. And the thing is, this guy supposedly died of pancreatic cancer at a very young age, which a lot of people wouldn't get him when to sneeze. Every time I drink coffee, I sneeze. Every time. Anyway. So, and when you see some of his old rants, they sound like Alex Jones. There's time where Alex Jones will squint and you think it's Bill Hicks. Why does he have this same person that works with him that Bill Hicks did? Why does he sell this product called something orange, which Bill Hicks said he wanted to do when he ever made it? That's whatever he's doing. I think the guy tells you semi-truths enough that you might believe some of what he's telling you. And anyway, they had a guy on there the other day, like Saturday, and they were talking about COVID and how COVID was real. And Alex Jones backpedaled, oh shit. And the guy said, as I said, and I just happened to be on YouTube that day. There was a guy a Chinese doctor, came out and said, oh, they've invented this thing. It's called COVID-19 and it's out. And 2 days later, the guy died. Bioweapon. It's not fake. I believe the numbers are probably fake because our buddy old Sleepy said there were 200 million people who died. 200 million? That's baloney. That's almost like saying in World War II, all that number of people died, which ended up being like not as many. Horrific and bad, but the numbers weren't right. That was to really get you flipped out. To really scare you into thinking you may be wearing this for another 2 years. I wear this in certain places. At work where they make me, in stores where they make me. When I'm alone, I keep it down like this, and I only put it here when I pass somebody. Because you know what? I don't know. They think it works. It may work. I don't know. But there's a lot more things coming. And you're going to have to find out what happens after this election. Now, in closing, with that, I don't think it matters who wins. I really don't. I think either side's going to be ticked off no matter who it is that wins, and there's going to be a little bit of something that happens. Well, anyway, my friends, I could go on for 20 more minutes because I can. I'm authorized to do it, but I'm going to cut it here for Monday and say, well, you guys all hang in there for today, and we'll see you later, and eyes to the skies, and whatever it is, you know what I mean? So, and, you know, I can't say I feel bad, but I never understand why a person will subscribe to me and then unsubscribe, unless It's a different person who unsubscribed. Every time I catch a certain amount of people, I lose them. Anyway, my friends, peace. I'll be seeing you. I might cut another video later. Bye-bye.